'Twas the block before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and I'm all ready for bed, wondering if I was getting some head. With my wife in her nylons and her face all made up, I knew I was in for a Christmas Eve fuck. Her black seam stockings she'd put on with care, and she'd done a hot upsweep with her sexy red hair. I was stroking my dick right there on the couch, while I envisioned me nutting right into her mouth. When out on the lawn, there was such a great crash that I had to stop eating my Ollie's gash. I ran to the window and looked down the block and said, "Who in the hell is blocking my cock?" The smoke by a tree made my mind think maybe someone had too much to drink. Then I noticed, wandering out in the street, a little fat man with no shoes on his feet. His knees were so weak and his eyes were so red. If he hadn't been drunk, he'd surely be dead. His speech was all slurred as he shouted out loud and began to curse at the thickening crowd. "You fuckers, you cunts," he shouted so crass. "Every damn one of you can kiss my fat ass." He stumbled and staggered, but he wouldn't fall as he continued to shout and swear at us all. Like a blustering wind, his cursing did fly as he seemed to shout at even the sky. Then into my window he started to stare and said, "Who in the fuck are you looking at there?" He hiked up his pants and stumbled my way while screaming, "Well, don't you have nothing to say?" His clothes were all wrinkled and looked like they stunk, and I bet he'd been on a 3-day-old drunk. The bags under his eyes looked like 20-pound sacks, and there was a little brown stain on the back of his slacks. His bloodshot eyes, they rolled back in his head, and he fell on his face. I thought he was dead. I went out and poked his side with a stick, and that's what I noticed. His stomach was sick. He spewed mystery chunks out onto my grass, while liquid farts sprang from his ass. He puked and he shit till he emptied his belly, and the combination of both was rather quite smelly. The cops were now there, about time, I must say, to arrest the drunk man and haul him away, when suddenly he rose and sprang to his feet. He ran down the sidewalk so nimble and fleet. The cops gave good chase as the drunken man fled, because they knew if they caught him, they would bust up his head. Over the hedge he sprang like a deer, in hopes that his freedom would soon become near. Just one more fence to clear, ever so quick, and that's when the canine bit into his dick. And I heard him scream out, in his pain and his fright, "I may have lost my prick, but my balls are all right."